Now, again, forget about Albo and interest rates, because too often people in my position with access to cameras and microphones, they talk about it in a political context. Well, the reality for Australians is that interest rates, as I've said for a long period of time now, ever since this government came to power, there have been 12 interest rate rises. Interest rate python is so tight around about a third, maybe even a half of the country right now, is Ribena purple. And it doesn't matter if the 12 becomes 11. And somebody sent me an email the other day saying, I'm against interest rate falls. I'd love there to be 11 of them. They're not going to happen, though. Why? Because this government is fiddling with the inflation numbers, which means the Reserve Bank doesn't know what data they're actually dealing with, which is why we are where we are. But all of this costs money. It costs real people real money. And according to realestate.com.au today, Aussie homeowners may have to spend an extra $100,000 on the average mortgage as a result of the interest rate hikes since this government came to power. The new research by money.com.au revealed that mortgagees will have to pay an extra $3,500 a year on their home loan after the typical variable interest rate rose from 6 to 6.27. So remember, this increase of $3,500 is on top of numbers that are way higher, meaning the average is about, I think it's about $20,000 that they had to find since this bloke came to power. With a typical 30-year mortgage, this means an extra $107,000 over the life of a mortgage. Where does it come from? Well, of course, it comes from so-called discretionary spending. And while it's great that you'll be able to hold the roof over your head for another month, another 6 months, another year, we have a problem in this country that despite the fact that many people might be taking out mortgages in their 30s or even their 40s, the capacity for them to maintain their current level of income all the way to when it's paid off in their 50s or 60s becomes a major problem. Meaning that, yes, once eventually they pay some sort of property kaplunk, there may be a few $100,000 that falls over, but it's not even enough for a deposit on another place because no one will give you a loan. Meaning that's the amount of money you've got for the rental market, where, of course, you are competing with not just everyone who's already in the market, but in 30 years' time, millions more people competing in the same rental market.